Across India, weather conditions remain highly active today, with severe heatwave conditions persisting across the parts of northwest and central India, while several northern, eastern and southern states are likely to witness thunderstorms, lightning, gusty winds and scattered rainfall activity under strong pre-monsoon influence. Well, let's start with North India. Punjab will experience partly cloudy skies with chances of thunderstorms, lightning, gusty winds, and isolated rain activity, while hot and humid weather conditions continue across the state. In Amritsar, the maximum temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 22 degrees Celsius. Moving to Bathinda, the maximum remains 43 degrees Celsius, with a minimum of 21 degrees Celsius. In Chandigarh Mohali, the maximum temperature rises to 40 degrees Celsius, while the minimum stays at 20 degrees Celsius. Jalandhar will see a maximum of 39 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 23 degrees Celsius. In Taran Taran, the maximum reaches 39 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 27 degrees Celsius. Himachal Pradesh will experience thunderstorms with lightning, isolated rain activity and gusty winds, along with comparatively cooler weather conditions in the hilly areas. In Dharamshala, the maximum temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, while the minimum drops to 18 degrees Celsius. Kangra sees a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 19 degrees Celsius. In Shimla, the maximum reaches 25 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 17 degrees Celsius. Manali will be cooler with a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius. Delhi will experience partly cloudy skies with thunderstorms, dust, raising winds and isolated rain activity during afternoon and evening hours amid continuing heat wave conditions. The maximum temperature is 44 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 30 degrees Celsius. Haryana will experience partly cloudy skies with isolated thunderstorms, gusty winds and extremely hot daytime temperatures across the several districts. In Gurgaon, the maximum temperature is 44 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 29 degrees Celsius. Panipat will see a maximum of 42 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 28 degrees Celsius. Sirsa records a maximum of 45 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 30 degrees Celsius, while Nuh reaches a maximum of 45 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 31 degrees Celsius. Jammu and Kashmir will experience partly cloudy skies with occasional rain or thunder showers over the higher reaches, while warmer and drier conditions continue over Jammu division. Kupwara will have a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius. Srinagar records a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius. In Jammu, the maximum reaches 41 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 27 degrees Celsius. South India will experience generally cloudy skies with thunderstorms, lightning, gusty winds and scattered rainfall activity across several regions. In Kerala, the maximum temperature is 32 degrees Celsius while the minimum is 25 degrees Celsius. Moving to Tamil Nadu, the maximum reaches 37 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 28 degrees Celsius. In Karnataka, the maximum is 31 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 22 degrees Celsius. Andhra Pradesh will see a maximum of 41 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 30 degrees Celsius. Finally, Telangana records a maximum of 39 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 28 degrees Celsius. West India will experience mainly hot and dry conditions with severe heatwave conditions prevailing across Rajasthan and Gujarat, while isolated dust storm activity remains possible. In Maharashtra, the maximum temperature is 35 degrees Celsius while the minimum is 27 degrees Celsius. Gujarat sees a maximum of 44 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 30 degrees Celsius. In Rajasthan, the maximum reaches 46 degrees Celsius while the minimum is 31 degrees Celsius. East and Northeast India will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with thunderstorms, lightning, gusty winds and scattered rainfall activity. As in West Bengal, the maximum temperature is 33 degrees Celsius while the minimum is 27 degrees Celsius. Moving to Assam, the maximum reaches 30 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 24 degrees Celsius. In Bihar, the maximum is 40 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 28 degrees Celsius. Well, overall, India continues to witness contrasting weather conditions with severe heatwave conditions persisting across the parts of the northwest and central India, while active pre-monsoon systems continue to bring thunderstorms, gusty winds, lightning and scattered rainfall across